game earlier in these playoffs, so really just 2 games under his belt in the postseason. Second one, as we mentioned, coming in game 4, and he was productive. 5 shots on net, 1 assist to help his team go, but look for, if you're a Battalion fan, you're looking for him to continue and just get better. And
drafted into the NHL. Same goes with Beckett Sennecke, the top prospect in terms of skaters in this series, and he's lived up to the billing.
Oh, he has, and definitely his draft rankings got to be skyrocketing here, the way he's really picked up his game here in the postseason, having a huge playoffs. We mentioned tied for the lead in the postseason with Bill Mandis with 22 points in 14 games. He had 2 goals, 1 assist, as we mentioned, almost that overtime winner for Oshawa in game 4. Unable of his 14 games in this postseason, hasn't really cooled off at any point. He's been riding it the entire time.
Rolling across the top, they'll look a little bit different for the Oshawa Generals as Connor Lockhart forces the goaltender to play this puck thrown towards the goal by Ritchie. Out with Lockhart and Sennecke. Robrick taken off of this line again. Matthew Buckley hurt in the overtime in game 4. Not available tonight. Neither is Connor Punnett, who is still out with a lower body injury. Danford's shot. That one's blocked in front. Comes to Ritchie and is just stick lifted at the last second. Danford a shot. Save made by McIver. Ritchie felled in front. And Van Steensel will start back the other way. A long lead pass. That one goes wide. Romani, though, negates the icing, and then the puck.
First real chance of the game here for Oshawa as Ritchie couldn't quite find it right there. Fans on it. Sennecke distributes. The shot comes in. It's stopped by McIver. And then
and Kumpelainen couldn't keep it in. Sennecke off the bench will sling it right back into the North Bay.
For Oshawa on the turnover. Yet another turnover defensively for the Battalion that the Generals nearly capitalized on for the second time.
Well, the forecheck, a dogged one by Robrick. It forced the turnover at the blue line. Now Sennecke from his own line will flip this puck ahead. Ritchie trying to chase it down. Slashed away by the Battalion, and away comes Vilmanis up for Ertl. Ertl back for Vilmanis. He can fire, does, off the chest of Oster, and the Generals get it ahead. Lockhart fights off the check to get it to set. Responding, every game has its own narrative, and we thought his team played pretty well in game 4 and didn't get the bounce in overtime. Crossbar hit one way, and 2-on-1 the other led to the goal. Here's Ben Danford. He'll lift this high out to center. Lockhart waiting for it to drop down. Collided with the linesman on the way by. Mathurin back. Ritchie stole it. Here's Sennecke. Makes a move. Sennecke off the crossbar. What a move by Beckett Sennecke. Standing still. Gets himself some room, and then backhand is off the crossbar. Ritchie will play it down to Sennecke behind the net. Trying to get away from Mathurin, who lost his stick. Comes to the point. Danford couldn't keep it in. Controls at center and then sends it.
For those Oshawa Generals, pinning the D in deep and causing the turnover. Ritchie with the smart move to find that puck off the boards. And Sennecke, as he does so well with the hands, making one move, opening it up here himself for the backhand attempt. And like we saw yesterday, a crossbar. Sennecke
the playoffs. And Sennecke undressed him. D'Amato. Cross for Morelli. Skates it ahead for Ritchie. And Sennecke, I think, was a stride off there, but it's moot now as the puck is played back out. Vilmanis trying to track it down against D'Amato. Cook in there as well. Slides it to the corner, bodied by Morelli, who skates away with it. And Luca Morelli will flip it. And we mentioned some of the top prospects they're looking at from the Generals, being Beckett Sennecke, ranked 13th overall. Anthony Romani not being drafted last season means he's still in the running. Ranked 70th in Central Scouting. Wakely to take the draw. This time Romani waits in the firing position. It goes back to Mathurin. Scored his first of the playoffs in game 4. He steps up. Romani with the puck, backhand towards the slot. Cut off by Danford. Slides it ahead for Lockhart. And finally Wakely will find it at center. Crowd reacting. Mathurin had lost his glove and poked away from him by Sennecke. And Lockhart hassle him to steal the puck away. Off the bench comes Sennecke. He steals it, gets it back from Griffin. Sennecke, lane to the net, just slides it off the pad. Kicked out at the last second by McIver. Vilmanis and Lockhart had him lined up. Arnsby's got it the other way, though. His shot save made by Oster. Griffin onto the rebound, gave it away to Vilmanis. Vilmanis still with it, lane to the net, and is Vilmanis, it's tipped on goal, and not enough for icing. Christopoulos forced back for it. But that one was oh so close off the deflection. Now a trip in front, not called. Sennecke turns, fires over top of the goal. Sennecke will play it around the boards. Ritchie racing forward along with Erdl. Slashes it to the line, kept in by Danford. His long shot high and wide. Morelli jumps in on the far side. Centers it. No red jerseys there. It'll be flipped ahead. And Romani trying to chase it down. He got behind Danford. Diving play by Danford. Takes it away from the ever-dangerous Romani. Gets it by Van Steensel now, ahead for Kumpelainen, the Minnesota second-rounder. Rasmus Kumpelainen has Robrick going to the net. Slashed in the East Finals, but this is where they are, and Mike McIver has played a massive part of that. Sent in wide of the Oshawa net. Bedkowski fights off a check, gets it to Sennecke, ahead for Ritchie. He'll leave it for Lockhart. This swept off his stick, however. Christopoulos back the other way. Feeds for Romani. Gains the line. Wakely, though, a stride ahead, and it's an offside call at the Generals blue. Absorbs a slash from Arnsby. Shot goes off a leg. Sennecke has it on his stick, turns it to Danford. Danford shot from a sharp angle, rebound kicked out. And from the slot to the line, Bedkowski climbs the ladder to keep it in. Nelson behind his net. Sennecke cracks him. Ritchie takes a stick up high off the face-off. He goes down, clutches his mouth, gets right back up and into the play. The puck centered into the slot, kept in by Danford. Down for Lockhart. Finds it loose, throws it towards the goal. Pad save made by McIver. Arnsby couldn't find it. Sennecke couldn't punch it away from him. And now the North Bay captain frees it up. Wyatt Kennedy ahead off Nomanis at center. Right back in comes Lockhart the other way. Has Sennecke with him. Sennecke! And a quick shot missed. Another chance towards the goal. McIver was headed to the far post, and it went off a North Bay leg and just wide. Turning with it, Erdl. Sennecke keeping an eye on him. Erdl falls. Mathurin is there, though, 16 on the man advantage. Here's Ritchie. Morelli. Sennecke. Off a stick, deflected down to Robrick. Ritchie, one-timer, didn't get much on it. And Arnsby will get to it first in his own corner, sends it off. Robrick at center. Slides it ahead off of the skate. He gets to Ritchie, trying to feed it deep, but that one is cut off, and it gets the roll-offs. Around the outside, he'll stop, looks to send it back to the point, goes to behind the net. Robrick around for Sennecke. Sennecke looking for Morelli. He falls, kept in by Ritchie. Ritchie fires. That one hit Robrick at the side of the goal. Slash towards the net. It's way up in the air. Falls down, touched by a General, so it won't be a hand pass, and Wakely will come up with it, and he'll feed. And D'Amato a little slow to get back up. Poked ahead by Morelli. Lockhart off the bench for D'Amato. Throws it on goal, and it might have gone off the stick of LeBlanc, rising over the head of McIver. Back the other way, Erdl. Cut off at the Oshawa blue line. A rink-wide pass finds Lockhart. Connor Lockhart faked the lead for Ritchie, then threw it wide of the goal. Danford down for Sennecke. Behind the net is Ritchie, looking for Lockhart. He was a little too deep and went through his from the rim around, and it hit the side of the goal. Here's Sennecke with a steal. Beckett Sennecke to the slot and a shot. Save made by McIver. Great job of disguising the shot by Sennecke as he made the move and fired as soon as he did. Pass ahead off of Nelson. Gaining the zone is Erdl. Erdl moves to the middle, takes a shot on goal, blocked in front by Danford. Scrambles to the boards and gets to it first. Lockhart takes a look, rink wide, look out! As Sennecke has knocked down Van Steensel, will take a penalty here. Play continues on. Bedkowski carries it into the zone as it's touched by Christopoulos. Van Steensel caught a blindsided Sennecke as he came off the bench. Van Steensel.
Now as a pass up the ice from Lockhart, Sennecke did not see this coming. Right there, he gets the pass and gets hit up.
I think it's the helmets that make contact together.
Yeah, there was a play as we have another look. It'll be on the left side of your screen here. Just hit right there through the body.
Face off. Sent back out into the neutral zone. They call it a check to the head. And here's Ritchie. Gains the zone with speed. Callum Ritchie trying to hook that back into the slot for Robrick. It was behind him, and Erdl skates it back the other way. 4 shorthanded goals in the playoffs already for the North Bay Battalion. As Sennecke brings it back. Cut off, though, at center. Here's a chance. It's Cook. Bryce Cook down the outside. In on goal on Oster, who made the save and then hangs on. Back for Robrick. He'll gain the zone. Then send it around for Senneke on the far side. Got by him, and this was so close to too many men. Play continues on. In front, roll-offs. Back to the point, Morelli. Senneke waits, fires, looking for the far post, and Ritchie couldn't get a stick on it. And Christopoulos will come up with it, get it down the ice, and Van Steensel back on. North Bay with another successful kill. Luca Morelli from behind his net, surveys ahead, goes ahead for Senneke. Senneke rink wide, Robrick, but roll-offs to thwart, and here's Romani back the other way with it quickly off the face-off. Drop back, though, stolen by Bedkowski. He finds Senneke with some speed. Can he get around Nelson? Senneke to the net, threw it in front. And Bedkowski had backed off. And now the Generals have to back up. Past ahead, looking for Nelson. Oster will play it around his net. First on it, Van Steensel centered, looking for Romani. It was behind him. Bedkowski's backhand. That one goes off a leg. And Ritchie able to backhand it out to center. And Nelson will start it right back the other way. Romani will backhand it in. Oster will play it up the boards again. Romani got to it first, tried to throw it towards the goal, and that one goes wide. Lockhart onto it, deep in his own zone. Ahead for Senneke. He'll tip it by Christopoulos. He will throw it right back into the Oshawa. Face-off won by the Battalion. Van Steensel trying to slide that for Wakely. Bedkowski lifts it. And with some help from Senneke, still can't get it out. Now, fought to the blue line, kept in by the skate of Mathern, and then finally slashed out and into the North Bay end. Quickly turned back the other way, and Ritchie will bat it deep into the Battalion zone. Christopoulos met by Senneke. Beckett Sennecke, who leads the Generals in most offensive categories and in penalty minutes, too, in these playoffs, as Van Steensel carries it ahead. Here's Wakely. Alan Wakely's 12 goals leads the OHL playoffs. Senneke couldn't get it by Mathurin. Here's a chance. Van Steensel fires. That one hit Lockhart. Kept in, though, again by the Battalion. It'll roll on Posse, and that one was broken up. The Generals will start back the other way. We haven't seen much of Posse in the fourth line of the Battalion in this game. He's out there now. Potsy trying to step around the check of Danford. Procession in there, wrap around try into the slot. The puck and fought off to the blue line by the Generals, and then Christopoulos misplayed it. Ritchie back the other way. Lockhart, long shot. That one goes wide. Senneke was taken down. Alan Wakely. Back check from Griffin, wraps up Wakely, sent it in front. Lockhart got a stick on that before Van Steensel could, and Griffin comes up with a puck. Absorbs the check from Wakely and gets it to the North Bay end. It's back up, seals a puck. Nelson the shot, pad save made, rebound, they score! And it's Anthony Romani on the doorstep.
Series in his second game back. That's now 2 points in 2 games in this series that he's played in. And a time to get it here to tie it up at 1 goal apiece. Lots of pressure. And on the rebound there, Oster made the first stop. Battling in front there with Lucas Rodriguez. And winning the battle is Romani. They squeeze it by Jacob Oster to get North Bay's first goal.
Because he was knocked down at the blue line and not happy about it. Instead of just staying down and trying to draw the call or getting too upset about it. Got it ahead, but not out. Procession, a bump from Ritchie. Danford takes a bump now. Cook comes up with it. Looks to Mathern at the point. Back for Cook between his legs. Terrian bodied by Danford off the puck, and then Terrian a cross check to the back of the head of Danford, who goes down. And the referees tell him to get back up. Rink wide pass for Senneke. Senneke behind the goal, slides it around the boards for Danford. Mathern had lost his stick, gets it back. Here's Senneke, sharp angle, a shot, save. Tanias Mathern will start this puck ahead. That goes off a General's stick and back into the Oshawa zone. Danford back for it. Romani keeping an eye on him. Plays it behind the net. Bedkowski slides it ahead. Kept it at the point by Mathern. His shot blocked. Wakely, as he's falling, slashed it deeper into the Oshawa zone. Now skating ahead is Bedkowski. Backhand looking for Ritchie. Mathern cut in front of him. Took the puck and will force it out to Bedkowski. Head for Lockhart. Connor Lockhart gains the zone. Wanted to drop that. Gets it to Senneke. Senneke to the net. Backhand over top of the goal. Lockhart Wakely, and Wakely wins the draw cleanly. Christopoulos overskated it in the corner. Sennecke trying to kick it free, can't. Oshawa comes up with it though. It's Callum Ritchie. Shot towards goal. Didn't make it through the traffic in front. Up ahead off of Ritchie. Couldn't get it in deep. Van Steensel's clear hit Lockhart. Now one-handed by Van Steensel ahead for Christopoulos. Lockhart had fallen. Christopoulos the other way. Ritchie deep in his own zone. Can't get it out. Here's Van Steensel. Pass deflected for Romani, who's got it in the corner. Anthony Romani throws it on goal and scores in the second period.
And just looping with the puck. He had it below the goal line, heads out to the slot, and at the top of the circle just throws it on net. Knew there was a man in front. It was Bedkowski getting caught.
Ritchie up with it. Centers for Robrick. His pass was behind Sennecke. He will get to it, but slashed away from him by Mathurin. Back comes Romani. Danford back quickly, though. Ritchie slides it ahead for Robrick. Finds Sennecke at center. He'll tip it in. Robrick chasing after it. First onto it in the corner. Dylan Robrick. Bodied by Mathurin. Ritchie and Sennecke on the far side. Play it around the boards. Up is Christopoulos. He takes a big bump from Robrick. They tackle each other down. Christopoulos has a hold of Robrick's leg. And they're all tied up beside the North Bay net as play continues on the other way. Milmanis broken up. Griffin slides for Sennecke. Robrick just now clearing the zone. Sennecke centers it. Here's a chance for himself over the post, and the crowd reacted to it. Here's a chance off by the referee's reaction. You're right, Andrew.
Yeah, McIver did get the glove on it at least, though.
Ritchie again, first unit out. Morelli for Ritchie. Robrick high slot, goes down to Lockhart, back to Ritchie. Ritchie, Morelli. Morelli's long shot, score! Sennecke turns from his own line, weaves through center across for Robrick. Looking back for Sennecke, was way up in the air. Robrick has it to Ritchie. Here's Danford, room to walk in, and he was looking to that short side, but blocker save made by McIver. Sennecke comes up with a puck. Taken into the boards by Christopoulos. Robrick trying to dig it out of the feet of Mathurin. Slashes it to the boards. Danford. Cross for Ritchie. Callum Ritchie. Gives to D'Amato. Score! Trying to keep his OHL career going. Justin Ertl ties this game. And a massive response by the battalion on a set play. And so we're back at even. Christopoulos had his stick lifted, slashed out front to the point. D'Amato again. He finds Morelli. Morelli's shot. Rebound came off the end boards. Robrick turns it towards the goal. That one hits Sennecke. Robrick, another shot off a leg. Hit the glass in back. Ritchie centers it. Sennecke finds it. Looks back to D'Amato calling for it. D'Amato. Sennecke's sharp angle. That one's blocked. And Mathurin will start it ahead. Here comes Wakely for Van Steensel. Van Steensel looking back for Dallin Wakely. That one broken up. D'Amato slides ahead for Sennecke. He's got Griffin. D'Amato joins the rush. With it quickly as Ritchie. Slides for Sennecke. Wrists it in high, far side for Dylan Robrick to skate onto. Does finally come free. Sennecke can't find it. Morelli pinching. Keeps it alive. Throws it in front. At the point, Ritchie. He'll wind and fire. Glove down. Step up and hold up Ertl. Potential, though, to take a penalty on it. Here's a chance for Sennecke. Gains the zone. Puck taken away by Mathurin. Christopoulos behind the icing line. With a bitter taste. 19 seconds after Nelson leads the battalion in shots. Scores to tie it right back up. He's back out again. At the top line of the Generals out. Griffin taking Ritchie's spot. Centered in front. Huge save there by Oster as he robbed Cook. Bryce Cook and he shot it wide. Christopoulos sends it behind the Oshawa goal. Procession, a shot over top of the goal. Mathurin onto it, bodied by Sennecke. And Beckett Sennecke will skate away with it. Gets it to center, doesn't get it in deep. Generals are changing. And Van Steensel just missed that pass. He was trying to get into the zone quickly. Ritchie behind his net, plays it for Morelli. Ahead for Sennecke, the big one. Here's Robrick. Skating through center, Dylan Robrick has Ritchie going to the net. Robrick hooks it in front. Procession back, though, to steal it. He gets knocked down. Wakely continues on across the Oshawa line. Threw it on goal. Pad save made by Oster. Here's Mathern for Christopoulos. Back is Morelli. At the point, Mathern pokes it for Erdl behind the icing line. Stolen from him. Morelli will come up with it. He'll lift it out to center. Around the boards, kept in by Danford. Danford shot blocked into the slot. Sennecke turns and fires off a skate and wide. Dozen seconds left in regulation. Carried ahead by Arnsby. Followers, Van Steensel broken up. Sennecke trying to get it ahead. Strategy as it's thrown towards the goal. And high and wide, now sent up ahead. Pass looking for Ritchie. It's broken up. Puck remains in the neutral zone. Morelli controls it inside his own blue line. Luca Morelli ahead for Callum Ritchie. Forces it deep into the North Bay end. Christopoulos onto it first. Sennecke trying to steal it from him. Comes loose. Robrick couldn't find it. Looking ahead on Robrick. And off the face-off loss. Quick change by Ryan Houlihan. Mathern bats it back out to center. North Bay played it back into their own zone. A steal from Sennecke trying to center it for Robrick. And Christopoulos will skate away with it. Kept in by Van Steensel. Morelli another try. This time plays it down the ice. It'll be too far though, and an icing call coming. Van Steensel, they win the draw at the point. Jacob LeBlanc trying to find a lane through. We'll play it around into the corner for Session. Into the boards. LeBlanc gets the puck back. Off the skate of Ritchie and wide. Morelli behind his net. He gets spilled, comes into the corner. Ritchie knifes at it, gets it by LeBlanc, kept in by Dallin Wakely. Cross for Ty Nelson. Nelson loves to shoot, and that one tipped in. It slides ahead for Morelli, and he'll lift it high and out to the offensive blue line. Sennecke able to knock. Generals control the face-off. Point shot, long save made by McIver as that one deflected just in front of him. And so the face-off alignment, the Generals got what they wanted. They send this puck ahead. Here's a chance for Ritchie, trying to chase it down. Callum Ritchie, a shot save made by McIver. Might have gone off of Nelson, never made it through. Turning his Erdl deep in his own zone. LeBlanc will get to it. Lifts it out to center. D'Amato settling it down, being chased by Arnsby. Retreats behind his net, and we'll start from there. Looks way up the middle, far blue line. Sennecke was waiting, cut off by Christoph. Onto it. Van Steensel now. He centers it to the edge of the blue ice. Procession trying to drag it to a place he can fire, and the Generals will come up with it. Robrick, 5 minutes into the overtime. Face-off scrambled. Generals control. Morelli from the point. He finds Ritchie. Callum Ritchie. Robrick the shot, and just getting an arm on that was McIver. Sennecke bodied by Christopoulos. Robrick trying to dig it free. They do, but Van should stay onside. Rink wide for Sennecke. Sennecke to the point to Callum Ritchie. Leaves it for Morelli. Back for Ritchie. Robrick the shot. McIver the pad save. Sennecke down the corner for Lockhart. Spins it to the slot. Line and diving for it. Didn't get a touch, but able to negate the icing is Sennecke. Couple-lighted shot. Rebound came out. And D'Amato forced back at center. He gets dumped down. Generals had too many men on the ice. In the midst of a change, and the referees missed it. Here's Robrick. Power play. Looking for the loose puck. Sennecke will come up with it and settle it down. Sent ahead by Christopoulos, stolen by Sennecke with Ritchie. Ritchie, Robrick, Sennecke just past his stick. Robrick behind the ice line, centered for Ritchie. Christopoulos, Ritchie wraparound trying and getting down. Slides for Bedkowski. Ahead off of Sennecke. And ends up bouncing in behind the North Bay net. Kept in at the point by Danford. Plays it around, Robrick onto it first. Slides it around the point for Bedkowski. Bedkowski shot blocked by Erdl. Puts it behind the net. Ritchie had Robrick waiting. Now he gets it. Robrick slides it in front. Tipped too far for Sennecke. Sennecke turns away from a check. Down for Robrick behind the icing line. Robrick trying to get it to Ritchie with one hand. And it'll be Vilmanis who comes up with it back the other way with Erdl. Sandis Vilmanis drops for Justin Erdl. Played off the puck. And Robrick turns the other way with Sennecke. Beckett Sennecke. 1-on-3. Sennecke around the goal. And Danford starts it right back from there. Kumpalainen will wrist it in. That one hit the linesman. Sennecke out at center. Turns with it at his own line. Just plays it ahead. Van Steensel's got it though. For Wakely. Looking back for Van Steensel. Will roll in on goal. The Generals coming into this game without Connor Punnett or Matthew Buckley. Sennecke trying to slide this ahead for Ritchie. Goes off of Sennecke again. And now the other way, Procession. Can't get around Morelli. Sennecke onto it deep in his own zone. Turns away from the forecheck of Procession. Look out, almost got caught from behind. And Morelli back for it. Finds Ritchie at center ice. He'll dump it hot left in overtime. Of course, we play till there's a winner. Procession looks ahead. Van Steensel was trying to sneak past the D. Gets to it first in the corner. Morelli knocks him down. Van Steensel right back up. Arnsby. Morelli's lost his helmet. He's got to get off. Break for North. To the extra frame. Face-off win, Generals control. Sennecke sends it high and out to center. Batted in by Robrick. Christopoulos will get to it first. Robrick ties him up, frees it for Sennecke. Beckett Sennecke centered, goes off a skate. Robrick will fight it, shot it over the goal. Far side Morelli. It came out at least. Now Sennecke feeds it for Robrick, skating into the zone. Gives it to Ritchie. Callum Ritchie, backhand looking for Sennecke. He falls. Arnsby on top of him. Puck stayed in the zone. Here's Sennecke, still with it now. Beckett Sennecke. Backhands it around for Robrick. Looks back to the point. Wrist shot, that just goes wide. Sennecke onto it. For D'Amato in the high slot. Shot blocked. Ritchie now a chance. He'll fire. McIver.
Union General stick. We see one there. D'Amato throws it on net. Again, a ricochet goes to Sennecke. Finds D'Amato. Gets the shot. That one's blocked. And conveniently again.
Robrick wins the face-off. Sennecke onto it. Robrick digs it free. Sennecke comes up with it. Leaves for Ritchie. Callum Ritchie a shot. Shot rising over top of the goal. Sennecke onto it. Met by LeBlanc. They get it across the blue line and out to center. Sennecke turns away from a check. He feeds it to Morelli. Long shot wide off the blocker of McIver. Ritchie trying to dig it free along with Robrick. Mathurin gets it ahead. Van Steensel pokes it by Morelli. Back for it is D'Amato off the glass and out to center. Mathurin had it in his skates. Generals are offside. Ritchie couldn't steal it away though. Here's a chance for Wakely. Drops it. Procession fires. Graham. Much in regulation or overtime. The Generals have used basically just 3 lines. Bit more used by Ryan Olahan. And the battalion is Sennecke. In the offensive zone, battles against Wakely. Ritchie trying to dig that free. Sennecke will come up with it. Plays it around. D'Amato will pinch on the far side against Procession. Ritchie covers free behind the net. Mathurin. Robrick trying to catch him. Robrick loses his stick. North Bay comes up with the North Bay captain. It's one. Sennecke sends it around, but it's soft, and Vilmanis will get to it first, and he'll bat this out to center. D'Amato trying to settle the puck down, slides it for Robrick. Rink wide pass off the boards. Sennecke couldn't find it. Mathurin gets to it first. Now Morelli ahead. Glove down by Robrick. Met quickly by Arnsby. Arnsby goes down. Robrick loses his stick. And now bats it free. It comes to Sennecke. Beckett Sennecke. Twisting at the blue line. Mathurin keeping an eye on him. Sennecke still with it. Bodied in the corner by Mathurin. Christopoulos comes in to help out.